Hello people, this is Ryder here with a written review of the Avataro Sentai Donbrothers Zanglassword MEMORIal EDITION. Released on Premium Bandai, this is an upscale version of the DX toy released the year prior. Taking a look at the box, it's in resemblance of Don Momotaro performing his finisher, even stretching to the top and bottom of the box. The sides show off the contents and what is compatible with, while at the back of the box has the Donbrothers about to perform their final attack. Opening the setup, we have a plastic tray that is holding the Zanglassword, and underneath it, the Don Onitaijin Robotaro gear. Of course, there is a QR code to access the PDF file for instructions. Looking at the Memorial Edition of the Zanglassword, this is a 140% upscale of the original DX toy. For it being a sword, the increased size feels nice in the hand. Besides that, to make itself more screen accurate, the Zanglassword is now a lot more thinner in proportion compared to its DX counterpart. The tip of the blade is pointier, so be careful. The yellow that was originally painted on the DX one is now plastic, and of course we have screw holes that are now covered. Taking a look at the Don Onitaijin Robotaro gear, this is different to the one that was originally released as a campaign item to the Robo's original release, as that one just used Don Momotaro's notches. This one is numbered as B123. Unfortunately though, unlike the Don Robotaro gear and King Ultra Robotaro gears that were released with the Memorial Edition Don Blaster, the yellow transparent plastic used here is reverted back to the DX's mustard yellow as opposed to the nice clear yellow. Using it in the Memorial Don Blaster will give us the sound of Don Onitaijin enlarging itself. As for what it does in any of the DX Donbrothers items, it's what you expected. To turn the Zanglassword on, you want to pull off the back cover of the handle, then switch it on below the battery compartment, taking two AA batteries. Just like the Don Blaster, we are in Memorial mode. If you want the voices off, hold the trigger button down, and switch the sword on at the same time to be in DX mode. After switching it on, we can press the trigger button for various slashes. Like the Don Blaster, every press will have Taro's voice. Just like the DX version, if you were to hold down the trigger button, you will get the sound for the charge slash. Then spinning the gear up to 4 times, you will perform the Momotaro Zan, now accompanied with the sounds of the other Donbrothers. Lastly, in order to achieve the standalone Avataro Zan, as opposed to just spinning the gear again, you have to hold down the trigger button, then spin the gear up to 4 times. Some minor things I would like to point out. One, since this toy has 2-channel audio, whenever you are performing a finisher, you do not need to have Taro finishing his announcement, as it will still play out no matter when you press the trigger button. Second is that the amount of LEDs have been increased from the 4 in the DX version to 13 in this version, thus becoming a really beautiful light show. Moving on to the back buttons, the right button is the designated BGM button, containing 3 BGM tracks: Sakuretsu Hisatsu Ogi, Tokinaha Busakari Yu Kotomo, and Tsuki no Mizo's Shiru. Unlike the Dawn Blaster, the BGM suffers the same compression problems as the Gear Dolinger, where they get washed out by the sound effects during play, probably because the entirety of Tsuki no Mizo's Shiru is in the thing. The left button is the dialogue button, comprising up to 41 lines between Taro and Sonoi, with Saruhara in like 2 lines for some reason. In DX mode, it plays the soul sound. In Memorial mode, holding down the dialogue button indicates 3 sequences of the Momotaro Zan with Jiro, first 2 being with Jorogoku and Toravolt respectively, while the last one is the 6 Dawn Brothers together. Holding down the BGM button will do the Momotaro Zan attack of the Dawn Brothers for you instead of doing it manually. Lastly, you can replicate the Momotaro Zan from the final episode by holding down both dialogue and BGM buttons, followed by you rapidly spinning the gear up to your satisfaction. Now, its compatibility with the Dawn Blaster is still intact from the DX version, which with your gear of choice already loaded in the Dawn Blaster, press the Zanglassword down on the top button of the Dawn Blaster to connect the 2 IR sensors together. After the Dawn Blaster plays its sound, the Zanglassword is set off and remains in a standby phase until the trigger button is pressed. Unlike the DX version, the Dawn Blaster no longer plays the rhythmic beats as they are integrated into the Zanglassword, meaning you don't have to worry about timing the 2 together now. On the flip side though, using any Senpaija gears will still indicate their specific finishers. However, with this release to replicate its one usage within the show, Taro will announce a finisher for the 12 Senpaija gears alongside the King Ultra Robotaro gear. Using any other gear will remain close to how the original DX toy played out, and using Don Jorogoku / Toravolt is a similar sound when you hold down the dialogue button, just that the Zanglassword adds the announcement of either 2 to accompany the others that are in the Dawn Blaster. Overall, the Zanglassword Memorial Edition is a great release. Just like all the other Memorial items we covered thus far, it takes the DX toy that was already pretty nice, but expands on certain aspects that help make it stand out. Like with the Dawn Blaster, while the carryovers and additional things added aren't assuring enough for a demand of purchase, honestly, I feel the Zanglassword's playability is more worthwhile than the Dawn Blaster itself. The fact they even bothered to expand on the Senpaija aspect of this toy is really cool, even if it's just attack names. I still have to give it to them for at least giving us lines for using specific gears as opposed to the Dawn Blaster. Overall though, I highly recommend getting the Zanglassword as it makes the Dawn Blaster feel more complete in terms of playability, and it's just fun swinging around. That'll have to do with this written review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people.